value ladder. Tell us what that means.
Yeah, so people might be familiar with the term value ladder if they follow internet marketers like Russell Brunson, but our take on a value ladder for accounting firms is somewhat different. So if you look at the target market for most firms, regardless of what sector you want to work with or what type of business, you can roughly break down the target market into three categories. That is now clients, maybe clients, and future clients. So now clients represent 2% of the market. And these are people that have an absolute burning need to work with you today. So maybe something their existing accountant or bookkeeper has done has really, pissed them off and they need to change immediately. Maybe they just see the incredible value in what you do and they need to work with you today. Now that only represents 2% of the market. So those are the people that are likely going to book in for a conversation or submit a contact us form. The reality is that pretty much like 98% of accounting firm websites, the only call to action on that website is talk to us or fill out a contact us form, which means out of your overall target market, there's only going to be 2% of people that might actually take that action. So what about the other 98%? What are you going to do with those people? Because they're not going to book a call with you today. They're not going to fill out a contact us form. So you need to be able to cater to those. So if we take a step down from now clients and get to maybe clients, this represents 8% of the market. Now, these are people that in the short term might have a need to work with you. So they have a need, but maybe they're not quite sure about working with you, or maybe they're not quite sure it's worth switching accountants, but they're likely to consider it in the next 3 to 6 months. So what you need in order to capture this part of the market is a lead generating asset. Now, that's basically a piece of content that you can put behind a landing page so you get their contact information in exchange for it. And it doesn't mean you create a really basic, vague, here are 10 ways to save tax guide. It means you create a piece of content that speaks specifically to the pain points of that business owner, but also bridges into how you can help, how you're uniquely positioned to help solve those pain points. So an example might be that if you're an accounting firm and you want to work with marketing agencies, one of the biggest challenges in marketing agencies is managing profitability. Pretty much every agency on the planet struggles with that. So as an accounting firm, working with that target market, the downloadable piece of content you could create could almost be a guide or a checklist to improving profitability in an agency business. Now, as an agency owner myself, if I saw that, it's going to pique my interest. I'm likely going to go and download that. That then means that the accounting firm has my contact details and they can then nurture that relationship over time. They could send me case studies, they could send me tips, they could send me advice. And eventually when my need to change accountants or work with somebody different becomes enough, they're the people that I'm likely to then book a call with. So that's the middle ladder. And then the bottom rung of the ladder, which is future clients, this represents 90% of the target market. So the majority of these people will likely never work with you. That's just a fact of life. You're never going to work with the entire target market. But what you need to be able to do is just to be able to stay in touch with these people and let them know who you are. And we find that the best way to do that is to have a weekly newsletter, because typically across most industries, email is still the best channel to stay in touch with people. The majority of business owners will still check their email inbox. They might not check LinkedIn as much. They might not be on any other social media channels, but they typically always go to their email. So having a weekly email newsletter that you can send out once a week, delivering a really simple piece of value, a tip, an idea, just to help them think differently about how they're doing things in their business is a great way of helping them to know you, to like you, and trust you. And once somebody knows, likes, and trusts you enough, guess who they're going to choose to be the next accountant as and when the time arises. So in summary, the value ladder is basically like weekly newsletter at the bottom, which is for future clients, lead generating asset in the middle, which is for the maybe clients. And then at the top for the now clients, you just make it super simple for them to be able to book in for a conversation with you. So ideally lose the contact us form, have some kind of diary booking link where they can schedule a time.